The Joker is probably the most famous comic book villain ever. And yet, after more than 80 years, nobody can really agree on something as basic as his real name. It's the kind of comic book mystery that's practically become part of his identity. In a medium where even the most minor villains get full backstories and monologue about their trauma, the Joker stands out not just for his crimes, but for how little we actually truly know about him. But every now and then, a writer or a storyline tries to answer the question, who is the man behind the smile? Does he even have a real name? Or put another way, what's the deal with Joker's real name? Start with the earliest takes. When the Joker burst onto the scene in Batman #1 in 1940, he was a terrifying, grinning killer, but his origin? That didn't show up for years. The first real backstory arrives in 1951's The Man Behind the Red Hood. Here, the Joker is an anonymous criminal who falls into a vat of chemicals and emerges, well, as the Joker. Even then, he has no name. He's just the Red Hood. No identity, no tragic past. Then, in 1988, Alan Moore's The Killing Joke turns the Joker's mystery up to 11. Here, the man who becomes the clown prince of crime is a struggling stand-up comic whore, so we retold trying to support his family. His name's still not given. He's just a nobody, a man down on his luck, manipulated into crime. But even in this now iconic version, the Joker himself undercuts the entire story, saying, if I'm going to have a past, I prefer it to be multiple choice. And just like that, the idea is set. Whatever his name is, it depends who's telling the story. Now, over the decades, there have been drips and drabs fan theories, out of continuity stories, even movies hinting at a real name. The Tim Burton Batman film called him Jack Napier. Joaquin Phoenix's Oscar-winning Joker is Arthur Fleck. These have entered pop culture, but they're not the comics. In DC's core universe, the answers are intentionally slippery. And then things get weird. In 2016, Jeff Johns and Jason Fabro's Justice League Darkseid War arc drops the wildest bombshell yet. Batman, while sitting on the all-knowing Mobius chair, asks, what is the Joker's real name? The answer stuns him and us with, there are three. Which leads to DC's boldest retcon in decades. The Three Jokers theory. 2020's Batman, Three Jokers. Which plays with the idea that there aren't just different origins. There are literally three different men who have been the Joker, each representing a different era, a different side of the character. There's the Golden Age criminal, the Silver Age clown, and the modern comedian. Not one man but three, each with their own tragic past, each taking up the mantle in turn. But, just as you might expect, Three Jokers doesn't tie it all up with a bow. Sure, we get hints at real names. In this story, the comedian Joker might be Joe Kerr, which is exactly the kind of pun you'd expect the Joker to make up himself. We see heavy implication that the comedian had a family, but everything remains just out of reach. The myth is reinforced. Every time Batman comes close to an answer, the Joker slips away. Even more provocatively, at the end of Three Jokers, Batman claims he's known the Joker's real name for years, and reveals that the Joker once had a wife and son. He protects their anonymity as a mercy, making it clear that this truth is one he's not willing to share with even his closest allies. And for readers, the name is never shown on the page. So where does that leave us? Canonically, in the core comics continuity, the Joker's name is still a mystery. The Three Jokers aren't really established as absolute canon. They're a story, a possible answer. DC pulls from them when it's convenient, just as it once let the Killing Joke blur the truth. As of 2024, there's no agreed-upon real name. Everything else is theory, or alternate universe, or cinematic reimagining. It's not from lack of trying. Writers have danced around the idea for decades, sometimes edging right up to the mystery, and then backing away. Maybe it's because, for all his chaos, the Joker becomes less terrifying the more we know. Like he says himself, it's better as multiple choice. So the next time someone tells you they know the Joker's real name, you know what to say. In comics, the only thing more dangerous than the Joker is believing the answer is ever simple. And maybe deep down, that's the joke.